Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a couple of starry-eyed lovers in love. That's a lot of love. That love reacting to some Star Wars.
That is a lot of love.
A lot of love coming your way, people.
Love on love.
So this is Star Wars, Tales of the Jedi. We're reacting to the last 2 episodes of that series, episodes 5 and 6. If this is the first time you're checking us out, then welcome.
Welcome.
Glad you found us.
Happy binging.
Yeah, we got playlists down below for Clone Wars we checked out, and Tales of the Jedi, obviously, because that's what this is.
That is what this is.
Yeah. So we're gonna get this started. We're gonna see if it's more Dooku. This has kind of been, like I said, like Tales of the Dooku.
It is. It's been his origin story, which is fascinating.
It is. I'm not complaining. It's just, they should name it properly. It's
Tales of a Dooku.
Yeah.
Anakin?
No.
It is the young Anakin choosing his Padawan.
Hey, Obi-Wan.
That's what I meant. She's a fast learner.
I really wouldn't know.
But Yoda assigned her to Anakin.
Also, does she need to go through all these tests? Just tell him you trained a saber-toothed tiger at infancy.
Ooh. Oh, okay. I thought it was like a nod of approval.
Like the Daenerys.
Yeah.
The new training remotes.
Like the Unsullied. It's not a lightsaber. She doesn't have like the curved, like. Oh no, that's what's her face? Ventress has those.
But she still usually uses
2.
two.
Yeah.
Damn, she's
Nice. What else you got? Whatever.
Anakin. Moody shit to the end.
Humming master.
Well, I was in the area.
Okay.
What?
You don't want to know.
Oh. He thinks you're fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. See, Yoda has hair though.
A little bit.
Yeah. And even like in
Problem.
Return of the Jedi, he has like wisps.
It's true, he has wisps.
It's a lousy test.
But it's what every Jedi does.
Exactly. Look, you want a real test?
Name it.
Okay, I'll make you an actual test. And then we'll see what you've really learned.
She's gonna crush it.
Mm-hmm.
You're right on time.
I thought I was late.
That's what I mean.
Early is on time. On time is late. Late is fired.
Not for Anakin. Anakin late is like, he's always fashionably late.
Captain Rex,
That's what the cool people do.
let's get started. Head out to the center. Make sure your blasters are set to stun. Droids are predictable. I want you to be prepared for anything. You need to remain calm. Think. Feel the intention of the trooper who will fire first. You should be able to sense the moment before they even pull the trigger. You ready?
I thought someone was gonna fire before she answered. You must always be ready. Rex is gonna fire at her.
Begin.
I know, he'd be an obvious choice.
Oh.
She was doing really well there for a while, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Come on. You'll get used to it. Wake up.
How long was I out?
An hour.
Oh my god.
Jesse really tagged you.
Sorry, Commander.
Oh my god. It's gonna be a lot easier when you're woozy.
Let's rely on the Force more. Come on, Ahsoka.
Double tagged.
Let's go again.
Jeez.
He's brutal,
Tough.
but it's a good test.
Yeah.
Again. Again.
Holy shit.
Again.
I don't know how much more of this she can take.
She'll be fine. Well, you're waking up faster.
This is ridiculous. The droids aren't half as good as Rex's men.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Look, I know this is tough, but I want it to be difficult. This is about life, and
I'm about to say, he wants to save your life.
you is to teach you how to protect yourself.
Aww.
Good job, Anakin.
I love their relationship.
You ready? All right, boys.
got this.
Let's go again.
But this make you wonder, like, did Obi-Wan ever put him through anything like this?
I was thinking, yeah, the same thing. I doubt it. I don't think Obi-Wan would do this.
It's very unconventional.
Yep.
God, this is so good.
There you go. Nice. Yeah. Aww.
Not bad. It took us 5 minutes to knock you out.
Oh, wow.
Begin.
There you go.
Damn, she's fucking good.
Yeah. Oh, right in the face.
Let's hope all that training pays off.
Hold your fire! Hang on, we have Tano in the command.
Yep.
And all remaining troops.
Warrior 16. That was awesome. That was such a great ending for that episode to figure out, like, you know, like the training sequence was fun. Everyone likes a good training montage and everything. Like that was badass. But then to show the ending of it all, I mean, which we've already seen before, which we already knew happened, but it was just a nice way to tie it all together.
It was a perfect little bookend to it because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, do we hear Rex say that in the Clone Wars when that episode happens as they walk in? And I don't remember or not. And that's not the point, whether or not he says it in Clone Wars. But the fact is, this just gave us an insight into those two and the depth of their relationship, which goes even deeper than we knew about. And the depth of his respect for her, which started even earlier than we knew about. And the fact that the two of them went into that, and the only reason that either of them had any hope in hell that it could work is because of that moment and that training. And that was perfect for what, I mean, like a short little snapshot, but it told us so much. Again, it enriched something we already thought we knew.
Yep.
That much more. And I think that's in so many ways why I love the Star Wars journey that we're on, because in every episode, it's like, oh, you think you know. Insert character name, insert narrative storyline, insert whatever. You don't know shit.
Yeah.
And it takes it deeper and more impactful and more meaningful. And that is so wonderful as an audience member, especially if you love Star Wars and think that you have any understanding of it or any kind of fandom. And like, my fandom is like this small on compared to like the fandom that is out there. But still, I'm like, yeah, I'm a fan. I like it. And then I watch this and I'm like, there's so much about this world I don't know. Even about characters that I think I know so well, there's still so much I don't know.
Well, I don't know why I didn't recognize Anakin right away. Like, I mean, like, you know, outfit and everything, but like, his hair was different. I swear, like he had like
his hair is shorter.
Yeah, he had a different haircut, shorter hair. So I'm like, okay, like, So it was just, it was weird, like in that with different kind of animation as well. But then, like, I mean, you know, I was like, okay, well, how could I not have known that it was Anakin?
I also loved Anakin's journey in this because He comes in, he seems so unimpressed by Ahsoka.
Yeah.
He's like, he wants to be anywhere but there. He couldn't care less about this test. And so we're kind of thinking back to early Clone Wars, and we're like, is Anakin being a bit of a dick? Like, is this how they started?
Yeah.
And then you find out that no, it's not that he doesn't think much of Ahsoka. It's that he doesn't think much of the stupid test, which is so by the book and so typical and not challenging for a Jedi of her potential. And so he puts together this other test, and you're watching that and you go, my God, he seems kind of sadistic. Is Anakin being a bit of a dick? So like, even though we see him kind of like giving her a backhanded compliment, we're back to thinking he's a dick. And then he finally gets to the root of the issue. And all I could think of as I was watching this was, wow, the amount of trust that he has earned from Ahsoka and from Rex and Rex's men to go through with this as they tase essentially like a preteen girl doing these tests is very, very, what's what I'm looking for? It speaks very highly of Anakin that as he's putting them all through this, they're all like, okay, are you okay? We're gonna go again. And it actually is what makes Ahsoka a really good Jedi. Now, I'm also thinking about this in terms of like, I don't know, modern society. I'm like,
that's what I was thinking. I was like,
let's just stand by and watch a sadistic teacher like tase a child.
It says very highly of Anakin that he's willing to tase a teenager. I mean, that just says volumes about his character and how good of a guy he is.
No, that they all actually trust him and trust he's teaching her something despite that. But yes, I mean, would any of us stand here and be like, oh, he's just tasing the child to teach her, it's fine.
It could have also been like part of the experiment where like Anakin was just like, I was waiting for one of you guys to say no. This wasn't about Ahsoka's training. This was about your clone training.
Like what's that psychological experiment with the electric shock?
Yeah, the authority experiment. Yeah, where people are just like, you know, you have to shock this person or whatever, and just basically like you think that they're part of the experiment, but you're really the experiment to see like how much like pain you're willing to inflict on somebody else just because someone in charge is telling you to do it.
If you don't know about this experiment, you should look it up because it's fascinating.
Yeah.
People like dissolve into tears and like, please don't make me do it. And the person is literally not making them do anything.
Yeah.
They're just saying, do it again. And the fact that they have authority, these people do it despite being traumatized by the act of doing it.
Yeah. Fascinating
experiment. You should look it up.
Or just, you know, an acting experiment with your siblings. No, just kidding.
No.
Just,
you didn't mean that.
There's also like a fine line, very thin, fine line.
Should be in the same thing.
I know, but it's like it's thin, it's fine, and it's a line between like somebody that's teaching you a good life lesson and someone that is just being a dick. Because I think of like, you know, parents, usually fathers, that are hard on their kids. And it's just like, well, I'm just trying to toughen them up for life. And it's like, sometimes like, yes, like you want to like teach these like, you know, good life lessons, and life isn't, you know, always going to be like super easy. But there's also a time like where just like, I've dealt with so much pain in my life that I need to inflict pain on you because this is what this is what life is like. So, you know, it's there is that thin fine line. Between actually having a good I keep wanting to use the word experiment, but it's not an experiment. Test, trial, lesson that Anakin was giving, like, because he wants, like, this is life or death that she's dealing with, and he wants to make sure that like she is the most prepared she can be, in going out there and protecting herself, because Anakin's not always going to be there to protect her. And yeah, it's tough, and yeah, like sometimes it could seem sadistic, but there was a good reason for it all. But I don't think it was like one of those things where Obi-Wan like put him through it and it's like, well, I went through this, so you have to go through it. And that is, I think, where people sometimes go wrong. There was a good was a meme or whatever that you had sent me, or was just like someone like the parents keep like giving like their kids baggage like over and over and over again.
Oh, so it's a cartoon basically. It's like one of those old like in the newspaper cartoons. But I realize everyone now does online newspapers, so you might not even know what I'm talking about.
And then
but it's basically a comic, and it's like this parent passing to their child a storm cloud, and then it goes to the next. That kid has grown up, their parent, now they're passing a storm cloud to their parent.
Yeah, this was given to me, now I give it to you. Yeah.
And then there's a third iteration, same thing. That child's grown up, they're now a parent, pass it to their kid. And then it gets to the fourth square. And the fourth square is this little girl who grew up to be a mom who says no. And she has her hand up to the past comic and said she's holding a little umbrella over her child to protect them from the storm clouds. And it's saying like, I am going to stop this insert generational trauma, generational abuse, whatever it is that it is. I am not going to inflict that on my child simply because it was inflicted on me. I'm going to give them a better way of life.
And I think that's the difference. And I don't think Anakin was doing that because it was inflicted on him. I think he was doing it because try to save her life and everything like that. Whereas I think sometimes when it can go wrong is because when people have had, trauma or pain in their past and they feel like they need to inflict that because this is how what life is going to give you and deal you out. Anyways. With all those happy thoughts in mind, we're going to go on to the final episode.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there for what the difference is.
Yeah.
Because like the difference is this is about me because it was done to me, therefore I will do it to you. Or the lesson is
this is for your own.
This is for your own protection, your own well-being, your own good. And it's funny because so many people who inflict generational trauma or
will use that as an excuse.
Will be like, I'm protecting them.
Yep.
But if you're protecting them because it was done to you, you're not protecting them.
Yeah.
Then it's your ego because the heart of it is you and your experience versus, hey, I am realizing that this Jedi might go into battle, and in battle, they're not droids who shoot taser things every 3 seconds. The tasers are going to come at you every 5, 10, 15, 2, 3, 6 seconds. You're never going to know. Therefore, you must be prepared for that level of uncertainty, and you must be able to anticipate that. And that's the difference.
There you go. That's the difference.
So be a Jedi, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Raise little Jedi.
Yeah.
All right. Queuing up in 3, 2, 1.
Resolve. Oh, Padme. Fucking serious.
Way to joke. That's not Padme. It does not look like Padme.
It's Padme.
I know. The animation messes me up. I can't see who characters are. Like, is that Organa or is that the killer from Dexter season 3?
Both. They are in fact the same person.
Oh, he's a good actor.
He's so good.
How's like his reverse priest collar? It's like not white in the center, it's just white all around.
What?
There's nothing you could have done for either of them. Why risk it?
Pay your respects.
Oh, Ahsoka.
There's a patrol coming. You must leave. Where is your ship?
The river.
This way.
I'm glad they did that they showed her there.
Yeah.
If you need anything, you can contact me with this.
You should give her a burner phone. Oh, shit.
What can I do for you, officer?
Let's see some identification.
Of course.
You don't know who Senator Organa is?
Organa
Right.
of Alderaan.
That's right.
I'm afraid no one's allowed back here, Senator. Imperial orders.
Forgive me. It's easy to get lost with all that has happened. Still,
I like that line. It's easy to get lost with all that's happened.
hold. When we're able.
We'll have to escort you back to the procession, Senator.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
And if you should ever need anything, please contact me.
Good job, Organa.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you guys could be less dickish to the father of the dead girl.
He's not Padme's father, though. You meet Leia's father. Padme's.
Good point, but my brain just blurred those.
It's okay.
Well, then they could be less dickish to the mother of his adopted daughter.
There you go. I think he's like dickish in general. D-bad.
And Ahsoka can be the bride.
Well, no. Well, okay. In the end, it works out, but.
You just leave me to it. This is my payload, not yours.
I'm just telling you, you gotta hurry up. We're gonna break for lunch.
Uh-oh.
Again.
I know what I'm doing.
And out of balance.
Finish up.
You can't leave it like that.
No, but balance. No, other side. Yep.
Damn, listen to you. Beautiful.
Oh.
It's a miracle. Nope. It's Ahsoka.
Lucky child.
Ashla, come sit with us.
What's her fake name?
Please?
Azra?
No one can keep up with the Imperial.
Gonna picture Nan the Dimping of the name?
It gets more difficult every season.
In the beginning, you all welcomed the Empire.
Not as warmly as
Peace.
through persecution.
Exactly.
No one is safe.
Oh.
Yeah. Your life is so great, you're eating hot soup after slaving away in the fields all day. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
How great is your life?
Well, as long as we don't stir up any trouble, I guess we're fine.
Don't forget, we have to
Gotta
take
keep our opinions to ourselves.
tomorrow.
That path can be dangerous.
I think you're not even allowed to opinions.
No, but we'll be fine,
You
won't
have an opinion that, the Empire is amazing.
I?
Ooh.
Me.
You have it wrong.
Why didn't you tell us?
There's nothing to tell.
Don't worry. It's our secret. I'll meet you near the field.
It better stay with you.
Mm-hmm.
Your friend's nuts. He's also a dick and he's bad at his job.
Oh.
Cue the dick.
Now remember, don't accept the first price they offer you.
I know. Haggle. Don't worry.
See you tomorrow.
Brother and sister, yeah?
May the Force be with you.
Oh. Go back and kill him. It's okay. No one will care. Including his sister, who I think has a crush on you.
Get half what they offered us last season.
I guess he called in the Empire and they fucking killed everybody.
Including him. And the droid. Fucking monsters. Darth Vader?
No. Who?
You claim a Jedi was here, and yet I find no one.
I promise you, they'll be back. I turned her in. I should be rewarded.
You lie to me and expect Imperial favor.
He's not lying.
Why do you save him, Ahsoka?
Because she's a Jedi.
Save the old guy, but fuck this kid.
Jedi!
Stop it!
See? I told you they'd be back.
Kill him.
So you did. Here is your reward.
Fucking no.
a pretty intense bad guy.
Yeah, good design. Ooh.
Good weapon.
Yeah. So he's supposed to be an Inquisitor, yeah?
Your lightsabers, Ahsoka.
Pretty sure she buried those.
She could use them now.
Yeah, she could.
I shall be rewarded. Ahsoka Tano.
Her name precedes her. Oh, that was a quick fight.
Yeah, she made short work of him. Anakin, your experience trained you well.
Look what you did.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
It's not good enough, dude. Look at how many dead bodies there are.
Hey, there you go.
Please, this way.
If you need me, call me.
No, keep it.
Beginning to think you lost this. Things have only gotten worse.
You need to meet baby Leia. Yeah, she is.
I never truly left. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
What a great episode to end it on.
Fabulous. The kid who sucks at loading straw. The turncoat, we'll call him for the sake of this episode.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the episode earlier with Dooku and the Senator's son. And there is the character that brings the senator to where they're housing the senator's son, and the woman who is in charge of that rebellion, that hostage, whatever that is. She says she's hungry. Anyone would have done it. And that just made me think of this moment when you live in a world in which that is the reality. The reality is loyalty above all else. No individual opinions, no dissent, no nothing. And when you live in that kind of an authoritarian regime where like that is the way of life, and this guy's all like, we have a great existence. We slave away in the fields cutting hay all day. And then we come and we eat hot soup at lunch for our tiny little break. And then we go like, dude, you're not fooling anyone. Your existence isn't great, but you're parroting the correct talking points to try and get ahead. Like in a world like this, that is where people do terrible things and turn on each other, turn people in for the sake of a slight little bit of advancement and maybe that tiny promise of a better life. So it just made me think back to a few episodes ago and like essentially how horrible it would be to be in that world. At the same time, all of us sit here like, I would never do that. And I would be the person who would be like, yeah, Ahsoka, it's our little secret. And we all want to believe that. And I hope we're right. But history will tell us that no, actually, probably the majority are going to be the person who's turning in Ahsoka for the sake of a better tomorrow. Because the today in this world sucks.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to really stretch your imagination too much to think about how something like this could happen. I mean, just think about Nazi Germany. Not to bring the room down.
Bringing it way down.
Yeah, but like there was a teacher had a good lesson that was talking. They were talking about slavery, and there was like it's like okay, who in this class would like abolish slavery and like not have a slave at all and think it's wrong to own slaves. And like every single person raised their hand because obviously, why wouldn't you? She's like, then how would slavery exist? Yeah. Like, why did it ever happen in the first place? And like these things happen. It's like that guy didn't think he was being a dick. He didn't think he was, that what was going to happen happened, he thought that, okay, I've been told that the Jedi are terrible. Be loyal, serve the Empire.
Loyalty will be rewarded.
And it'll be rewarded. And like, wow, what reward would I get if I turned in a Jedi? And that's why he did it. And it's like, sitting here, it's like easy to say like, oh, you suck, you're a terrible person. Like, why would you do that?
I would never be that person.
Yeah, exactly. But like, no, like the people that do these things are not monsters. They're not like just the worst people on the planet. Like, they truly believe that in the cause. They like, whatever propaganda, whatever you want, like they soak it up. They whether you want to call it brainwashing or whatever, but like they believe it and they're just going with what they feel is right.
Or even worse, they don't even believe it.
Yeah.
But they are too afraid to speak out. There's a quote, and this, I forget who said it, so forgive me for that, but I believe its origins are around World War II. And the quote is like, the most evil deeds of man don't take the evildoer, they take the silence of good men. I'm dramatically paraphrasing that, but that is in essence what it is. It's that you don't need a million evil men to do a bad deed. You need a few evil men and the silence of a lot of good men too afraid to speak out. And you brought up Nazi Germany. There is a great book that I read.
I tried to go past that though. Like,
I know,
I was trying to, didn't need to bring it back to that.
But there's a really good book that I read that dives into this issue. It's called The German Wife. And this isn't in any way to justify anything that was done in Nazi Germany or to excuse the deeds of certain Germans at that time who went along with the Nazis. Unequivocally bad. This is not to justify it at all. It's unjustifiable. But what the book dives into is the fact that this woman and her husband and their children are falling on hard economic times. And that's basically how the Nazi Party kind of like essentially controls them, because it becomes this thing of they can either get the paycheck and send money to her German childhood friend and their family and keep them going and sustain their way of living, since her friend's father's business has been destroyed. They have nothing. They're being pushed out. Or they can say, for lack of a better word, fuck you, Nazi Party. We're not going along with you. And then they themselves can wind up in a concentration camp. And like, we all think, oh, it's so easy to say, fuck you, Nazi Party. And that's because it is in modern time, because we have done the hard work to get away, like to get away with them, to make them go away and push them into the shadows. But in Germany in the 1940s, to say, fuck you, Nazi Party means you die. Or your family dies, or you have no business, or you're in a concentration camp, or like all of these horrific things happen where it's like, it's not just I stand up for the good and therefore I risk myself. No. You're risking everyone around you. And are you willing to let them die for your principles?
And that's how it gets you, is that like the fact that like okay, yeah, cool. Like, do whatever you want to me, torture me, whatever, not like I'm volunteering. But, it's easy to say that like, oh, I will have resolve and like, I'll stand up for what's right. I'm willing to sacrifice myself and put myself on the line. But like, okay, now they're coming after my wife, like my family,
my niece,
my brothers, my nieces, my mom. And it's like, okay, you're willing to put all them up for your beliefs, for doing what's right. All you need to do is turn in some people you don't even know. They're not family. Like, it's so fucking twisted. Like, I'm sorry to bring this down. Like,
We're really bringing the room down.
Yeah, but like, that's kind of like what I've loved about these Tales of the Jedi that we watched so far. And watched them all. Is the fact that like the discussions that they bring up afterwards, not only with like in the Star Wars universe, but like that like is applicable to sometimes the life that we're living, like, you know, the times that we're living in right now, and we talked before about, like, you know, the political division, like, and like the rhetoric that's going on in America. And I think really across the globe as well. I mean, there's a lot of like
authoritarianism is on the rise.
Yeah, it's happening in a ton of places. But also, you know, going in the past and everything like that. And so that's just good art. It makes, you know, for good discussions that, like, yes, within the show and talking about these characters and really diving into the characters and getting more on that, getting away from all this craziness that we've just talked about. If you're still with us, absolutely love the scene where Ahsoka kicked the shit out of that fucking Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Because you're expecting like this big epic fight, but it's like Ahsoka's such a badass that she just finished him off like that. And in one sense, I'm like, oh, that was kind of unsatisfying. In another sense, I'm like, that was extremely satisfying.
Because she does it. I mean, like, even I was saying she needs some lightsabers. Like,
yeah.
This guy's got this
she
cool
doesn't.
weapon.
She doesn't.
Lightsabers on both sides, and he looks freaking intimidating.
Yeah,
like
he did.
He could be a Halloween costume,
yeah,
and you would run the other way if you saw him on the street.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just there, and like, kind of like in an old Western film where you'll sometimes see the gunslinger who's like with his fingers just right down there by the holster, and you know that he's going to have the quick draw.
Is that a holster? Okay.
This is a holster over here. I don't know if they can see.
Okay, yeah.
Don't be dirty. I don't know if you can see this, but this is at my hip, despite what he is making you believe right now. And so, like, they just kind of like twitch their fingers, and you just know they're going to get the quick draw. That was Ahsoka. Except she had no quick draw. There was no lightsaber there. But all she did was just like, she flexed her hand a little bit, and then boom, within seconds, that guy was gone.
You could totally redo that scene and just underscore it with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like,
yes.
Like,
oh, totally. Yep. For sure. Absolutely.
Okay, well, and on that note, before we get any more depressing topics, so thanks so much for checking out our reactions for Tales of the Jedi. If this is the first time you're checking us out, then please, we got a playlist for the Clone Wars that we checked out as well. And we checked out Revenge of the Sith, and you know, yeah, and just, you know, you can subscribe, do all that fun stuff that they ask you to do. And really, subscribing doesn't even help us out so much as it, like, if you subscribe to the channel and like you like the video and everything like that, like, it helps YouTube like direct you more towards our channel. So if you want to see more of our videos, that's great. If you don't,
they're not all this heavy.
That's fine. Yeah,
I promise. There are a lot that are really lighthearted, but like Tales of the Jedi is really timely, and it like extrapolates into the real world when you live the lessons.
Ooh, she busted out extrapolate.
I did.
Anyways, thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Tales of the Jedi episode 5 and 6, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.